the data from. They're not looking with their eyes, okay? You know, they might see Torment, they might see AXB and vote for them, but I'm not buying.
I believe they are getting their data from Johnny Boy, Gibbs, and Leafex, which is
unacceptable.
You know, partially questionable. Sathu trying to carry this one down a pinch. That's going to send it towards net. It's high and wide. Sathu trying to demo Gimmick. And I wasn't as sure as the desk and as chat on this one. I think that the Sonics have looked good, and that double tap challenging AXB. Infield pass back to Shock. That one going to be high. But even J-Russ, watching this team play, even in the grid against NRG, I saw the capabilities of this squad. And that one off the crossbar and down, almost going in. Massive pressure coming out.
J-Russ has the mechanics, though. I feel like if you've been paying attention to the grid, you've seen him multiple times with a couple flip resets, solid positioning. I think it's just working into this team. We've got a clash of roster swaps really here. Both teams picking up on the side of Version 1. We've got AXB, and then now Sonics picking up J-Russ. New players. So, I mean, you gotta fit him into the mold, figure out how things are gonna work. I think AXB will slot in much easier just because of his play style, but J-Russ, I think, has the edge in mechanics, at least in that regard.
I'm with you there. And this shot gonna be high. J-Russ, the net was wide open for him to take a shot. Got to put those on target. He'll regret that one. But there have been chances aplenty so far for the Sonics. Not even 2 minutes in, already 4 shots. Version 1 still looking to get a look on net. Shock, first touch control. Torment will challenge it, sends it to the corner. J-Russ waiting. A miss there. AXB hits it back to Sathu. Sathu will go towards net. It wasn't hard enough to really challenge Torment. And you mentioned it, Turtle. Both of these teams making roster moves. Shock going for net there. Oh, and that's open. AXB takes the shot.
Oh, that's in.
Oh, J-Russ has to watch as that one rolls right in.
I thought we were going to see this goal, but actually on the side of Sonics, if you remember, Sathu got a little bit of a weaker hit, but now it's AXB with a wide open net to shoot at. And I'm curious where the break-in defense happened. It seemed like the third man just got a little bit too pushed up.
He was a little too far up, and he also, I think, turned the wrong direction. Had he immediately turned the opposite way that he turned, he might have been able to get back in time. Going for the double tap. That's saved from AXB.
See, there's the mechanics I was talking about, man. He is deadly when you give him the chance.
But still, it was AXB that got in the way and got the block and has the goal. So we were talking about those roster moves.
He's a better pickup. Just because.
Yeah, well, it's a little early to tell, but AXB certainly earning his dinner so far in game 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'm paying attention to Shock, though. I think the two players that I really want to pay attention here are not the new pickups, because they're going to have a lot on their plate to worry about just fitting into the rotation. But I think it's up to Shock and Gimmick. These two players have such an impact when they're playing on and have at least been a little bit warmed up for the day. Shock has had a couple of shots on net. We've seen his presence in the offense, but we haven't seen him be as dominant as he was in Season 9. So I'm looking forward to see if he starts to pick things up and doesn't let J-Russ take all the spotlight.
Shock, he was a player who's coming in, I believe it was his first season ever, almost gets MVP. This time he gets demoed. Torment, the shot, close on that one. So we're seeing the offense pick up even after the goal from AXB, which was a result of a defensive mispositioning. But still, Version 1 starting to get more opportunities on offense. Gimmick passing to Torment. Torment off the ceiling. Gimmick looked like he went for the demo there.
Oh, not the best defense, too. A couple double commits. There's another one that was back-to-back double commits. Shock and J-Russ getting mixed up, and then earlier it was J-Russ and Sathu who both went for the same ball. So the defense getting very panicky. You can tell that Version 1 are comfortable right now keeping this ball in their zone, starving out the boost with booming clears, not too worried, just holding this lead. They've got 53 seconds left. It's the first game. You just need to be patient at this point.
AXB up, Torment, or AXB rather, was trying to come in and help Gimmick out, but Gimmick wanted to keep the ball to himself. Pass out to Sathu. Sathu gets the 50. Gimmick on the goal line does well to keep that one out. He was hammering the boost to get that ball to safety. One demo, going for another one on the goal line. 2 demos. And I don't know how that didn't go in.
Gimmick was the last man back. He had to dodge the demo. And both his teammates were killed off the field. He still gets the save. It was a solid 50-50 to stall time. What a play from him.
Another shot. This one over Torment. Finally, you thought the Sonics were going to be denied. But with 7 seconds left, they finally break through.
Oh, and it's Shock. That's the man I wanted to see pop off. Look at the recovery on the wall as well. He hit that ball forward, landed on the sidewall, and then pre-flipped into the ball, getting a strong hit. These guys with 7 seconds left, James, you're right. I mean, this is crazy. I didn't expect them at all. With no pressure whatsoever the entire game, they bounced back in the final seconds.
Now we've got overtime, Turtle. We'll see who the hero is this game. Both teams sitting at 1 and 2. This is an elimination series. Dreams of the playoffs, they are in these players' minds.
Oh, nice demo.
Awkward ball. This one going to bounce off the ceiling and high. Shock's up. Torment gets a piece of it. J-Russ waiting for the hit. It does come back out. Gimmick with the dribble. Goes for the 50. It's popping way up. Sathu and J-Russ both commit. Both miss. Gimmick staying with it in the air.
What is happening? The air dribble across, a double commit. That's the third one we've seen out of everybody on Sonic still. And the defense is crumbling. Look at their rotations. It feels like the last man back just has no chance, no boost to even recover.
Low boost. Oh, J-Russ did get the corner finally. J-Russ challenging Gimmick again. Gimmick wins that. Shock will have to do well here. Gimmick beats it past him. Sathu, awkward jump. Fortunately for him, no one was coming across. Sathu making the right decision there with space. He misses the boost in the corner, though. See if that haunts him. Tough read. Sathu gets enough of it to get it out of harm's way, but Version1 has been doing so well on the attack, but the miss there. AXB will clear to the side. J-Russ, another tap to the corner, sticks with it. Goes for the 50. Shot chance for Sathu. Double commit from Version1. It's bouncing out to the middle. Shock centers. Sathu's there. Sathu's shot wide. Shock centers it. J-Russ, this shot, it's saved. The bump, it doesn't go in. Version1 survive.
Shot after shot, these boys are getting warmed up. Sonics, that was the first good look we've seen from them besides that almost buzzer beater goal. And here we are with a little bit of offense. What was that, 5 or 6 shots back to back and not a single goal carried out?
Shock could have gone for the shot there, opted to go for the pass. Someone getting bumped. Version1, by the skin of their teeth, kept that ball out of the net.
J-Russ.
Sathu going for a 50, bounces back to Shock. Sathu will have to get out. 0 boost for him. J-Russ on the wall, going for a double tap off the ceiling, going for a triple, but he couldn't get to it in time.
You can still see the threat of that man. That's what I'm talking about. Once he starts fitting into rotation a little bit better, J-Russ will be deadly. He has the striking capabilities that Shock had even last season. He's died down a little bit, but J-Russ is here to fill that spot.
Ooh, even that read was very difficult. J-Russ preventing the backboard bounce. Now another backboard bounce, double commit. J-Russ hits it right down to AXB. AXB to the left. Gimmick goes towards net. Shock pops it up to Sathu, finding J-Russ in the middle. Torment getting in the way. AXB will take over. Slow plays it. Shock off the ceiling, going for the double. Takes the shot. Doesn't get the goal, but he bought a lot of time. And AXB underneath Sathu. Version1, they survive the onslaught and get the win.
I'm going to his perspective. Look at that slight touch. AXB, you think he's going to hit it to the corner, and that's why the defender kind of went high on the challenge, but instead it was AXB to find an angle on net. He just needed to barely, slightly touch that ball in, and it just gets boomed to the back of the net. That was such a crazy first game. Normally, we get first games, James, and it's really calm. You know, teams are trying to feel each other out, figure out the play styles that they're going for, but this was just an all-out shootout, man.
I was thinking Version1 was going to lose. As soon as that 7-second goal went in, I thought that the Sonics were going to get it. Even in overtime, multiple shots coming in over and over, I thought that the Sonics were going to score and get that. that final goal in overtime, but no, Version 1 held strong, and AXB was the star in this game. You have to give it to him, making plays. Gimmick also some very good defensive stops, even the one where both of his teammates were demoed, but AXB, to me, put them over the top.
Yeah.
So Version 1, you know, they're thinking they're lucky stars for that Game 1 win.
And they definitely had opportunities, though. I mean, Soniqs, I feel like if they just cleaned up that defense a bit, there were a couple of double commits on the other side of the net, even where both players would go for a shot. And then even on the defensive side, we get two players going for the same clear. Sometimes it works out, and it can be a benefit to you, like we saw with an interview from Barry Peak. But overall, you need to clean it up a little bit. And I think you have some chances to counterattack on Version 1.
Question will be, even when you're counterattacking, will you be able to get it by the defense? It seems like no matter what the Soniqs were doing, nothing was working.
Yeah. Well, it's like, is it the defense or is it just Gimmick? Because both his players got taken out, and the man still held the goal line strong. Oh, but not here.
Oh, Sathu, like a fullback, running through a loaded front line, just gets this one in. How many touches did he get here? Oh, he bumps Torment in the air.
What is going on? These 50s, you
goal
saw
line
J-Russ
play.
in the
That's
corner.
what it is, Turtle.
Even J-Russ in the corner, he kind of just shoved that ball through, hoping something would come out of it. And it was Sathu, just like you said, throw himself at the ball, and it worked.
We've seen a few demos from Version 1 on the back player. Hasn't really resulted in any goals, but it has kept the Soniqs. Oh, J-Russ! Played the defense here. Gimmick going for the boost steal. That gave the space to J-Russ, and then the missed challenge.
And even that boost steal from Gimmick seems a little bit questionable. I feel like when he's rotating back, I would have tried to go for some disruption on the ball, because you saw the last man defender for Version 1 was a little bit confused on when to challenge. And he saw Gimmick in the same situation, so he thinks, I'm going to wait this out and hope my teammate goes for it. Gimmick goes for the boost instead. And then now you've got both players not challenging, and all the space is given to J-Russ. And then, oops, what is this? What? Gimmick? Did he hit this in?
He may have. We'll take a look at this replay, which will confirm that he did indeed shoot it on his own net.
That's rough. You go from saving your team in dire moments where both your players get demoed to own goaling. That's a complete 180.
You just got to laugh about it and move on. There is still a lot of time left in Game 2. Time for Version 1 to turn this around. But I worry in the beginning part, even of Game 1, the Soniqs looked like the faster team.
Yeah.
They were getting many more opportunities. Version 1 was able to bring it back.
They need to fix their communication. If they have the speed, but both players are going for it, they never have the right timing to go for an actual counterattack.
And that timing is crucial. You know, when you're not calming and your timing is off. Oh my goodness, Torment!
What are these goals we're seeing? These have been some of the strangest shots. And what is that
double
angle?
Tap off the corner? Oh.
How do you even plan that? Torment just hit it into the corner and still boosted to follow up. That's absurd. That is a ridiculous angle, game.
He knows his geometry.
Honestly, bring out the protractor for that one.
Shock will pop that up for J-Russ. J-Russ can't get the 50. So with that insane goal from Torment, I think that brings back quite a bit of hope for Version 1.
Yeah.
2-goal deficit with 3 minutes left. That's very doable.
Oh, but I love Sathu here being aggressive. He doesn't even go for the ball. He just tries to get a demo. Going for a little bit of an extra step in that rotation instead of focusing too much on the ball. Trying to do everything he can, because he knows he's not the mechanical player on the team, so filling in those roles of physical plays and even boost stealing is so important for a player like him.
And it's just Sathu with that shot. AXB had no chance. AXB lollygagging in the midfield. Turns right as Sathu's about to take the shot. You saw him half flip back, Turtle. He knew he was in trouble.
And I think that speaks to the speed you were talking about earlier, where Soniqs have that pace. You know, in that instance, you don't even think Sathu's going to go for it, but because these guys have much more pace behind them, he can go for it and win at that challenge and force somebody to backflip like we saw. He's got a free net. Sathu, even when he's not doing the dirty work, he's got that speed too.
Sathu's mechanics cleaned up. in the old days, you'd see him make a few mistouches here and there on defense, but I feel his consistency has improved greatly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, before it felt like he was kind of a control player, a guy who would set the pace with his dribbles. He didn't really have that much presence in the air, but now I feel like he's really put himself in free play training. And speaking of training, look at Shock popping off. This is the Season 9 Shock we want.
And Sathu, he just gets to watch bird's eye view of Shock putting this one in from midfield, winning that 50 so decisively. This is about as one-sided as it gets, Turtle.
I mean, this is what I was talking about, man. I look at the grid, the results, okay? I personally expected Soniqs to come out here and take this win. They seem a bit more
you're going on record, huh?
I have to go on record right now.
Soniqs are the favorite.
I have to go on record. Okay, so you're going to put this spotlight on me like that as soon as I mention Osceola.
You just said it.
Okay,
you can't be upset at me for
I can
restated what you just said.
And be sneaky about it, okay? It doesn't have to be put in the spotlight like that. So then if I'm wrong, nobody cares.
On record. But, you know, it's not a bad idea because the Soniqs are drilling Version 1 in Game 2. Even Game 1 almost had it. It took heroic stands on the defensive line to preserve that Game 1 for Version 1.
They're going to need another goal, similar to the one AXB got. You think back to Game 1. To win in that overtime, he had to get a crazy fake. And that's one of those goals that you don't come by often. So for Version 1, they've got to do more work on the offense to set up some easier shots.
And there was a chance for Gimmick to put one in off the backboard. That infield pass to Gimmick. Sneaks by Sathu. And that's a good way to build back some confidence if you're Version 1.
Oh, yeah, a quality goal. 48 seconds left. You put one in off of some nice passing. This is a good way to start the next game. At least have some momentum. And even their Soniqs all kind of bunched up. That's something we didn't see all game from them. So surprising look from them all in the same spot. But either way, I mean, Soniqs, you just got to close this one out. Try and prevent some more. You don't want to give them momentum. And this is what you don't want to prevent. There's 42 seconds left. Now there's a chance
Kickoff goal
for Version 1. James,
and
is
that
it possible?
First touch, it of course is possible. AXB, though, I want to just give him credit for that first touch. So a perfect pass out to Torment. Will we see another kickoff goal? This would be a collapse of calamitous proportions.
Oh, no fake. See, I expected maybe a little delay on the kickoff, but nothing fancy.
Now they're on watch. Double commit, though, from Version 1. AXB gets the double, going for another touch.
What a
huge 50-50 win. Torment last back. Tries to buy time. J-Russ couldn't win it in the corner. Torment, center. Sathu breaks it up. Gimmick will turn. Pops it over one, but J-Russ is there. AXB can't really get things going, and despite that quick successive goals we saw, it wasn't enough, and Version 1 will fall to the Soniqs in Game 2.
And I think this comes down to Sathu playing his role perfectly. You even saw in those final seconds, 2 50-50s in the midfield that wasted time and prevented even a comeback from being possible out of Version 1. So Sathu, I look to him. I mean, he might not be the flashiest player, but for the fact that he got 2 goals in here where he's normally a player that kind of sits back on the defense and 2 assists, I mean, 4 out of 5 goals he was involved. This man started to pop off, and I think at least get rid of all that doubt we have surrounding Sathu, which comes by a lot. I mean, I feel like everybody doubts Sathu, man.
Well, I mean, he's just had some moments in the past where mistakes have cost his team, but he's also made it back consistently to this level, to this point. So you cannot doubt his ability. And with this team, with Shock in particular, looks like he's hitting his rhythm. This was a one-sided affair for most of the game. J-Russ making an impact as well. All-around team effort from the Soniqs. So Version 1 now, they're going to have to start to recover from that. Even Game 1, I don't think was the prettiest of wins. I'm still looking for Version 1 to get that decisive win to justify how heavily the desk and chat predicted them to win.
Hey, I put my heart on the line, all right? Everything was thrown out the window. I'm going directly for Soniqs, okay? On record, like you said, James, okay? Now I can say with confidence because they got a game out of the series, okay? I'm happy.
And if you lose, then what happens?
You know, I've already taken many L's in RLCS. I don't think I need to take any more. I think we just let the loss stand for itself.
Just let the L sit.
Yes.
Just let it sit. Okay, well, we'll see. J-Russ trying to slow play it, but Gimmick was having none of it. Torment helps out, pops straight up. Shock will tap it high. J-Russ goes for net. AXB will save it. Rebound out to Sathu. Shock following up. Another bounce high. Torment and Gimmick both go for it. J-Russ will stop it. And a 50 win from Sathu. So much pressure on the Version 1 defense right now. Shock gets some help from a defender to blast that one hard. Now J-Russ stopped by Gimmick. Gimmick will go for the 50 as well. Pinches out to the middle. Torment to the side wall, goes for another play on it. Wins it to the corner. Now AXB's turn. Goes straight up off the ceiling out to Gimmick. Gimmick shot towards net. Sathu gets the touch. It's off the crossbar. Center ball. J-Russ can't get to it in time. Now bouncing off the corner. Gimmick's shot off. And the own goal from Sathu.
It's paid back in full. We saw it earlier from Gimmick, and now he's forcing one on. He bounces it off the backboard. And Sathu, I was just talking about you, man. I was just hyping you up, and you do this to me. That's disrespect right there. That's disrespect.
Gimmick shot as well.
Yeah, I mean, that is literally replicated on the other side. These boys, they've got some kind of treaty going. I don't know what it is, but that was an unfortunate goal. And I'm happy to see Gimmick there. I was about to say, and pretty much roast Version 1 because it felt like their midfield presence was so passive that they were almost spectating. But Gimmick has pushed that forward, and he's starting to challenge a lot more fast, a lot more speedy, I should say, and get in the faces of Soniqs, which is what you need to do when you're getting outpaced.
Long range. Snipe alert. J-Russ full length. The third man bites hard.
Oh, and they just got too aggressive here. I mean, everybody committing there. And you're talking about the third man. Nowhere to be found on net or on defense, rotating back. I think they got caught up just taking the boost, looking to go for a 50. Now we got a tie game, even after the own goal.
And that's the best. When you hit an own goal like that, when your team scores one, gets right back into it. Net open. This one might be high still. Gimmick misreads it. Bump on net. And Shock will take it free and open. This was a huge bump by J-Russ.
Yeah, and Gimmick, who got bumped there? I didn't actually have a chance
AXB.
to see. AXB got bumped.
Was coming back. J-Russ got the backboard pass. Gimmick couldn't read it off the backboard. J-Russ on low boost as well.
Well, even there, I feel like Gimmick had a chance to actually hit the ball, even if AXB hadn't gotten bumped. I don't know if maybe he got communicated a little bit late to go for the clear himself, but I thought he had the chance and the space to go for it.
Sometimes you just can't get there. Sometimes you miss. J-Russ redirect off the crossbar. Torment hard hit towards the backboard. AXB used up a lot of boost. J-Russ, weak hit, will be first to it still. Off the wall, he'll go for the air dribble, now passing. Sathu touches to the corner. AXB downfield, second effort. AXB's second effort really relieving a ton of pressure.
Oh, and the speed from Sathu there was beautiful. You talked about the pressure from Version 1, but Sathu outpacing that final shot, stalling a lot of time, and now they can go in for offense. And again, it's that speed from Soniqs that's paying off, man.
Sonic speed indeed. So much so they had that opening out in the midfield. AXB wasn't able to clear that, and now we're seeing extended efforts on offense from the Soniqs. Still a one-goal game, however. Up to J-Russ. J-Russ will miss contact on that. Does get the boost in the corner. Sathu towards net. AXB gets the save. Another center ball. Torment's right there. First touch was enough for Gimmick to take over. Now high. AXB gonna try to center it. Sathu hits it off the wall, pops it up. Shock goes for the clear. J-Russ getting the full boost at mid. Flip into an air dribble. He wanted it, but he didn't execute perfectly.
Got space. AXB off the bump too. Didn't do anything with it. The 50 from Sathu keeps it in their half, and now they can continue to mount more pressure. The challenge game even going in the favor of Soniqs.
AXB's waiting for the pass. He gets it, but Shock jumps in the lane. Shock, first touch, finesse, flicks past one. Sathu, off the wall, he'll go for boost instead of going for the air challenge. Shock. Off ceiling and down. AXB races to it, but Satyu's there first. Torment. Up. J-Russ. Challenged by Torment. Shock. Over to J-Russ. J-Russ. Off the ceiling and down. AXB with control. He'll have space now after that demo, but the 50 sending it straight up off the ceiling. Shock's touch. Gimmick keeps it alive.
Oh, he's going for it. They're going for it.
Keeps it airborne. A demo, and the ball still doesn't touch Sethu. AXB, high in the air. Shock, trying to find the ground, but he can't. AXB,
dude, this ball is not dropping.
J-Russ gonna try to pinch this to the ground. AXB keeps it alive. Gimmick as well. Shock will finally get a big clear. No one can get to it, and that'll be game. Sonics take game 3.
You saw Shock try and just drop that ball early on, but it bounced off the wall. A valiant effort for version 1. It wasn't enough, but I was excited, man. I thought they were gonna at least have a shot on net. Sonics, huge performance from them as they finally started to take the lead here in the series. Version 1, they got a couple goals last game. I thought they'd carry the momentum here. They started out strong with a forced own goal, honestly. And then now looking back, it felt like it was just a challenge game overall from Sonics. Every time they were in the midfield, Sonics had an answer with a challenge. They would stop it out, stop all the momentum, and deny version 1 from pushing forward.
The speed just doesn't seem to be there right now for version 1. Sonics are driving circles around him. So many challenge wins. J-Russ even getting that important bump, making that play. So him coming in, all of Sonics playing well. And now they are 1 game away from knocking version 1 out of the tournament.
Which is surprising, according to Twitch chat, okay? We all voted
84%.
for version 1. 84%.
84%,
right?
I believe.
I'm telling you. I think that J-Russ, while we might have a couple questions about him, the mechanics alone can carry this man to the next level. He's fitting in rotations well. We have seen a couple of double commits on the side of Sonics, but version 1, they don't have the speed to even capitalize any of those mistakes that we're seeing.
Torment tried to get a flip reset play. Nothing going for him. AXB, that touch can't get around J-Russ. Long shot. Torment back in time, but he's on 0. J-Russ. Oh, J-Russ! The solo play from the corner does it himself.
The new pickup on the roster. He doesn't even need his new teammates. This man saves his flip off the corner and continues to bury the ball in the back of the net. J-Russ, what a solo play to put them up 1-0 early on.
And he barely had any boost. It was 30-something on that play. Still perfectly timed flip. Slamming the boost when he needed to keep that ball going forward. I can't believe he threaded that. Now Sathu, 20 boost. Will have to stop this ball. Pops it up for Gimmick. Gimmick center to Torment. Torment to the corner. J-Russ will get full boost. It's a right to AXB. Shock gets the save. AXB to the middle. J-Russ breaks up the play.
The demo from Gimmick almost opened up space for Torment, but it's J-Russ. He's just taking this ball himself. He's wasting time for his teammates and also going on the offense. The man is annoying, and I love it.
And gets the bump from behind as well. J-Russ, I've seen him a couple times now go for that flip to air dribble. And the save from J-Russ. How was that real?
This is J-Russ's game. Game 4. We can already put J-Russ right at the top. Scribble his name on. He's marked his territory, man. This guy, MVP continue this showing. That's what I'm saying.
He was low on boost right there. I didn't think he had the angle. I thought that shot was going in. Manages to make the save. Now Shock will pop it to the mid. Gimmick was there. Shock has to get back in time. Popping it upfield. AXB. Getting many touches. Trying to get that fed into the middle.
I mean, you even see Sathu. I saw his patience waiting for that hit to come out. And he didn't even bite at the first shot. Sonic's defense, so patient on the line. It's a big thank you to Sathu to keep this ball in play.
Not the greatest touch from J-Russ. Sathu will help him out. AXB will hit it high. J-Russ not enough boost. Has to get the mid. Gimmick going for another touch. This one off the ceiling. Torment will give it space now. Whiffs on the play. It's gonna be difficult for version 1 to recuperate from. Gimmick trying to buy as much time as he can. J-Russ now in the corner. AXB working his magic. Going for another 50. Can't get it on 0, but Gimmick forcing the play through. AXB on 0 boost. Able to get the goal. Gimmick, though, you got to give him props for the heavy lifting.
Yeah, and this goes to show how important these midfield 50s are. This is about the first time I think I've seen Version 1 confidently win a 50 in the midfield, and it ends up with an open net for AXB to shoot at. You saw Gimmick continue to follow it up and win that 50, which is so important. If they can continue to do that, Version 1, they can find themselves back in the series.
AXB dropping it down to
the double commit.
Torment. Oh, the pass of dreams here. That was a thing of beauty.
Pick him up. This is why you pick up a player like AXB, because he can do it all. He can do the shooting, and he can also do the passing. The man drops it down for Torment, tees it up for him. Can you ask for a better pass, James?
You really can't, man. You know, you just love hitting those. You love hitting those passes. AXB getting up, awkward angle, knows Torment's gonna be there. Torment sinking another one. Version 1 are running away with game 4.
If you had told me they would actually be up 3-1 within 30 seconds, I wouldn't have believed you. But they have shattered the Sonics defense, forcing them in uncomfortable situations. Statue goes for a patient play there. The ball gets loose from him, and it's Version 1 to capitalize and punish.
Shock flings it towards net. Torment got around it, missing that ball. Gimmick with the backup. Shock, second effort. See Statue in the middle. It's far past him, but this one launching off the corner. Gimmick will hit it off the sidewall. Shock beats out AXB. This one bouncing back. Awkward positioning for Version 1. J-Russ towards net. Torment upfield to Gimmick. Gimmick got a touch on it, but not enough of one to really make much of an impact, but does turn now.
Oh, that was beautiful. There was a bump on that third man rotating in. I'm not sure who it was, but one of the players from Sonics was taken out. And that's something that Version 1 do so well with Gimmick. He's the player who's always up there being physical, and now wasting even more time. There's a minute left. Version 1 running away, trying to force a game 5 here.
Sathu, J-Russ is ready. That one, not the most ideal touch. Sathu probably looking to hit J-Russ on the run. Instead, gave up possession there, burning a lot of time off the clock. Sonics still down by 2, battling from behind as we approach these final 30 seconds.
Oh no, not the pinch.
And that'll be another one.
This is, you went for this, and it's a risky play because you position your car even slightly to the other side of the ball, and it is going all the way towards your own end. Shock, I like the risky play. I like what he was going for.
You just gotta go. Turtle, when you're losing this bad, you just gotta go for it.
Look, Cooks here is not in this lobby, okay? Had it been Cooks here, maybe we would have gotten a good pinch out of that, but Shock, you're not Cooks, man. I'm so sorry. You don't have the Batmobile.
That was probably it. The Batmobile would have made the difference. J-Russ, slow play. AXB with that 50 will shoot it deep to the Sonics corner. Gimmick with this challenge up in the air. Now to Torment. Version 1 just have to melt this time off. AXB will touch it down, and Shock manages to keep it up for a brief moment. And Version 1 stay alive and force game 5. We're going to Champions Field.
What a step-up performance. I mean, even at the beginning of this game, it was J-Russ. We even talked about him being the MVP of this game and possibly closing out the series for his team. But Version 1, it wasn't just one of the players who stepped up like J-Russ. It was all 3 of them. We saw Torment going in with some fantastic shooting. He was always on. 3 goals, a hat trick to his name. AXB, we saw the little pass, and then also being in position. Exactly, and being in position to capitalize too on an open net. Gimmick with the 50s in the midfield. These guys, every single one of them stepped up their game.
They certainly did. It started out, though, very well for the Sonics. J-Russ getting that crazy goal from the corner, but AXB, I thought, had a highlight game. Yeah. Getting that pass down was gorgeous. Getting a goal of his own. Torment, a hat trick as well. Gimmick, you know, not as many stats to point to, but still some very important plays from him, especially that challenge win that resulted in that opportunity for AXB. So version 1 finding a way to win. But this is it. Game 5, one team will be eliminated. Who's it going to be, Turtle? Let's find out.
I mean, I think this is a clash in the midfield. We got a 1v1 between Sathu and Gimmick. I genuinely think whoever wins more 50s right now in the midfield between those two, that's going to give their team that slight edge that they need, man. It's so important with both teams playing this play style.
No more room for mistakes. This one off the crossbar down. Shock! Saved by AXB on the goal line. AXB has to keep the charging Shock out of net, and he does it.
Recovered inside the net, bounced down to the ground, still got the save, and now they're holding them off. Look at the clear from Gimmick. These guys are fired up and ready to go in Game 5.
Gimmick and Torment, they both have their names hanging from the rafters. Hopefully for them and all the version 1 fans in the desk and chat that they pull this off.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
But the Sonics won't go down easy. Gimmick, shooting opportunity, pops it straight up. AXB challenged by J-Russ. This one off the backboard. Shock will pop it high. Sathu can't get a piece of it. AXB back pass to Torment. Torment off the sidewall. J-Russ is there. Hard hit off to the side. Now AXB pinches it. J-Russ, well read. Slow plays it, but Gimmick very patient on that 50.
And he's just exponentially been winning those challenges too, even in the midfield. Now pushing towards offense. That earlier goal that got them started on the comeback was Gimmick in the midfield, as there's a good chance, but he's going for the demos and disrupting the defense out of Sonics.
The tension almost unbearable. Game 5's tournament life on the line. You do not want to be that player to make a mistake. AXB already rising to the call. Backboard stop. Follow-up save from Gimmick. High pressure plays, difficult reads. So far, AXB is making that one off the crossbar. J-Russ has hit a couple now. Sonics cannot find the back of the net.
That would have been a gift too. It was AXB who rarely misses the backboard hits. And that instance, and Shock puts it in. Off a good pass from the backboard. This play kind of slowed down in the corner.
Torment decided to let it bounce. And Shock gets the first goal of the game. Sonics already 7 shots registered to just 1 for version 1. It was a swarm in front of net. But do not forget, the Sonics scored the first game last time, Turtle, in game 4. Yep. And version 1 ended up coming back. So we'll have to wait and see how this pans out.
How do you keep up with the series? It's constantly back and forth. We've got Gimmick winning some 50s in the midfield and setting up his teammates. But then on the other side, J-Russ, crazy shooting. It's Shock to clean up. These guys so close, neck and neck with their play styles. Oh, but Torment carrying this one out. Is that open?
Oh, AXB did get the harass on Shock. Now a long shot. AXB streaking back, does keep it out. But that was a counterattack opportunity for version 1, Turtle. I think it was Shock in net who was able to battle through the aggression and the bump play and still get that save. Gimmick at the midfield, bounces out. Shock to J-Russ, J-Russ to Shock, Shock gets denied. Torment does well to time that challenge. Now the fake by AXB. Torment
off the corner.
Shooting opportunity. You think, Turtle, version 1 has that counterattack ability within them. And these one-goal games, man, they're never safe.
It just takes 150. That's what it was last year, is to change the tides. Was that single 50 from Gimmick? I'm still looking at him. I said it before. It needs to be Sathu or Gimmick to make a difference right now on the pitch, because their teammates have the skill and the shooting to follow up. It's just whoever wins those 50s.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Final minute. Sonics still administering pain on the half of version 1. But Gimmick trying to dribble that one. He gets bumped. Now AXB, light hit towards net. Torment.
Oh, what a
over to
pass.
Gimmick. Gimmick will put it off the side. Sathu first there. AXB turns. He's on 0 boost. This one bounces out to the middle. Gimmick with that 50 gets boost as well.
30
First
seconds
touch
left.
control now off the ceiling.
Here we go, Torment.
Gimmick pops it by. This could be good for version 1, but he gets away from him. Torment has to double back. Shock. Pass to the middle. Gimmick up. AXB.
Oh, it's still up.
He sees Gimmick has it.
No way.
Torment. And now
Oh, that's it.
Sathu hits it down. The Sonics survive in 5 and take the win over version 1.
Nobody expected it. These guys, I'm telling you, they are on the come up. They've got the skill. The new pickup, J. Russ, coming in clutch. And Sathu, I still got to hand it to the man. I think that he was pivotal during the series. I think in terms of how you rotate around this player, you just have to wait for him to get the 50s, and then you can push forward. It's got Shock and J. Russ by your side. They're going to hit the shots every time. They've got the mechanics. And it was kind of the same play style. You know, Gimmick, where's he going to go with the ball? In the end, in game 5, he couldn't open up chances for his teammates, and that's really what cost him.
Yeah, this one was so back and forth, Turtle. So back and forth. You saw mistakes come out. You saw great plays come out. J. Russ making solo plays. You saw the own goals from both Gimmick and Sathu. The counterattack plays, the passing from AXB.
Oh, yeah.
This one was a hard-fought victory for the Sonics.
Yeah, I mean, I still am proud of version 1, though, because when I did see them pick up AXB, I kind of doubted Gimmick and Torment in terms of how their shooting would, you know, step up. Because those guys, they have to be on point as well if they're going to be receiving passes from AXB. But every single time AXB did make a play, they were there to finish. In the end, it wasn't enough, though, to counter Sonics, man. And they barely took that loss. But credit to Sonics, man. That was impressive.
Credit to Sonics indeed. They stay alive. Version 1 has been eliminated, but we are going to go to a quick break. But when we come back, more RLCS X.